Welcome to the Mike and You podcast. This is your boy, Big Frenchie, aka the Mike A16 on Twitter /X, the Mike A16 on Instagram, the Mike A16 on Snapchat, the Mike A16 on Blue Sky, the Mike A16 on Facebook. I'm with my main man.
That is I am you, INKC on X. And the baby. There you go. She just had to. She nosy. She just nosy. So
She heard Uncle Mikey Smooth suck your voice.
I don't think that was the case. But I mean, we can all have imaginations.
We have a great show for you guys today.
If you
Can I get a little more mic so I won't yell?
You started off yelling. What do you
Because
mean?
I'm always yelling in the beginning.
So what do you mean? So I won't yell. That ain't the reason.
We have a great show for you guys. We're going to talk about Black Friday became a Black Week, actually.
Black Monday?
I did say Black Friday.
You did.
Well, it's winter outside, man. Black Monday became a Black Week.
What happens in the middle of December and January?
We got voicemails, and Big Frenchie is excited to hear that.
Lots of
them. And we're gonna talk about the playoffs. Playoffs! I wish you had that one. But anyway, before we start,
you wish we had what?
Playoffs?
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Oh yeah, that's a classic one. Jim Moore. Where's up to his son John? He's still coaching college?
He is coaching college. I can't remember what school.
I thought he'd come back to the NFL, baby.
He sucked.
Anyway, it's restaurant week.
Wasn't it the Falcons?
Yeah, I think so.
Horrible. But yes, it is restaurant week in Kansas City.
I wish restaurant week was in
during
December.
the summer. December?
Oh, I meant
ain't
summer.
nobody out here gonna be.
I meant summertime.
It's Christmas. Y'all gonna spend the money anyway.
So
I'm not about to give y'all no deals on no food. No, ain't happening.
Are they really deals? No. Let me ask you this.
Theoretically.
Let me ask you this.
In theory.
Let me ask you this. I looked at some of the menus last night.
Uh-huh.
Now, Big Frenchie, you know I love to eat. And you know I spend money, right?
Oh, you spend guap
on food. That's one thing. That's one thing I would spend money on is food. But let me ask you this. Course one, a salad.
Course, is that a bad thing? I mean, it's a little saucer, right? But I get it.
Course one, a salad.
Yep.
Course two, 2 pieces of chicken, some rice.
What do you mean pieces?
2 pieces of two. Uno, dos.
That don't mean anything. Like,
2 pieces of chicken.
Are they thighs? Are they breasts? Are they wings? Are they what? Drumsticks?
It doesn't matter. You get 2 pieces.
It does matter.
And okay, you get a breast and a thigh.
I mean, if I go order a 2-piece from Popeyes and I say I want white meat, they're gonna give me a breast and a wing. And the wings are smaller than the breast.
Okay.
So that's all I'm asking.
Let me continue. You get rice with gumbo gravy, and you get some type of vegetable. Then you get a piece of cake. Are you gonna pay $50 for that?
I know, absolutely. Look.
Yes or no?
I'm gonna tell you, I won't spend a lot of money on a lot of things.
I won't spend no money on that.
You would. You about to indulge in restaurant week? That's what it's gonna be.
No, I'm just saying for 2 pieces of chicken. Oh no, I'll wait till next week when you back to your normal prices, bro.
I don't. That's why I don't never partake in restaurant week. Is during one of the worst parts of the year when it comes to Kansas City.
It's always the coldest week.
It's freaking cold.
Or it's the snowiest week.
I'm not going nowhere.
This year it's the coldest week of the year.
I'm not going nowhere.
And then you want me to pay for overpriced food?
Y'all nuts.
One of my favorite Mexican. Well, it's not one of my favorite Mexican restaurants, but a Mexican restaurant that I frequent a lot. They have like you get 2 enchiladas and a taco.
You like enchiladas?
Oh, te amo. That means I love you. Yeah, no. I love enchiladas, bro, and I love Mexican rice, bro. But they had 2 enchiladas, a taco, and a tostito.
That's a lot.
Not for no $55.
Oh no. I thought you was gonna say half of that. I literally thought you was gonna say $25.
No, they
Ain't no way. I'll just order the fajitas and be done with it.
but
In fact, I want some
their
fajitas.
lunch and brunch is around about $20-$25. I can deal with that. But
I don't know nothing
these-
about brunch these days. I don't wake up early enough to indulge in brunch.
But anyway, we got a great show for you guys today.
Do we?
Yes. Let's get to it. We got to talk about Black Monday and that week. It was. That was a little bit.
You
weak.
out. I don't know what happened to you.
I'm in, baby.
There you are.
Patriots, they mutually split Belichick and Kraft. Belichick is out, and they hired Mayo.
These are the ones that are out. Let's talk about the ones that are out first.
Okay.
Frank Reich's the first one. He's the first one that got canned. He's gone.
Frank
Been
Reich of the
gone.
Panthers. Who should the Panthers get with that horrible owner? With the worst owner?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Have no earthly idea.
I don't want to work for that guy.
I have no earthly idea. If you willing to work for half the people y'all got as managers at y'all jobs, David Tepper's not that bad.
All right.
You
So-
still get paid, is what I'm saying to you.
Okay,
you
I'll take
still
the
get paid.
give me the Cliff Kingsbury special, baby.
That's all. Oh man. Next was Arthur Smith.
No, Josh McDaniel. Well, we can go with Arthur Smith right now.
Let's go with Josh McDaniels then.
'Cause he-
Yeah, because that's your boy.
Don't do that.
You want to make sure we get him. I
Don't
understand.
do
I
that.
got you. Because he's a New England guy. I got you. It's
I hate
okay.
this episode already.
It's okay. I appreciate that actually.
I hate this episode. Josh McDaniels got canned from the Raiders. That was the right call.
And
I
they
don't know.
started winning afterwards.
I don't know why they even hired him. For real, he was 9-16.
Come on, preach on it.
You saw his track record in Denver.
Come on, right in your own division. Why would you even hire him?
Like Josh,
And how it went down in Denver too. It matters.
kind of same way it went down in Raiders.
Dumb diddy. Let's
But
go.
this Josh McDaniel, I think he's a.
Don't you say this experience humbled him because it didn't.
No.
Okay, all right.
I think he's a Callahan.
What is that?
I think he's a Norv Turner.
What is that?
I think he's a good coordinator, but not coachable.
Okay.
Like,
all right,
Offensive coordinator is just
all right.
peak. That's what he's good at or decent at.
I tend to agree with you.
Like some people is good coordinators, and some people just good head coaches.
I agree.
And
agree.
Josh McDaniel is one of them coordinators, in my opinion,
Completely and utterly agree.
because he even had that bum ass McCorkle Jones looking okay.
What? I can't even play the shots fired on him. I just have to put up for this.
I definitely hate this episode. Let's go to Arthur Smith.
Oh my goodness. I love this episode. This is one of my favorites. Arthur Smith.
Oh, that little jack butt.
Look, man.
He get mad.
The crazy thing about Arthur Smith, first of all, that mustache he ended up with was a travesty. He should have got fired for that altogether. And I'm not against mustaches.
You just get porn mustache.
Yeah, that's porn stash. That's what it is. Yeah, Arthur Smith was a travesty from the beginning, and he never got a winning record with the Atlanta Falcons.
And he should never got hired, to be honest with you.
No, I disagree. Him and
Eberflus,
one of the guys that we're about to talk about, Mike Vrabel, were able to get the Tennessee Titans to the playoffs. Not only that, but the AFC Championship with freaking Ryan Tannehill. And Derrick Henry didn't have to rush for 2,000 freaking yards. So I think that deserves something. And he got hired right after that season. Yeah, it didn't work out because I think he was going to try to do that in Atlanta, but he didn't have a quarterback. So it just is what it
he
is.
rubbed me the wrong way last week.
Hmm?
Give me what?
He did what?
He rubbed me the wrong way.
Okay.
Hey, Big
please
Frenchie.
explain yourself.
Big Frenchie is secure about his sexuality.
That's
okay?
fine. That's okay.
Uh,
I just would like you to explain yourself.
He got mad because your boy James I still crab legs.
Oh, James.
They did that running play
On
at the end
some,
of the game.
on some levels, that was Bush League. On some levels.
Be prepared at all times, bro.
I mean, I get it.
If you don't want them scores, stop them.
I'm not mad at it. Don't get me
I
wrong.
love it.
I'm not mad.
But
at it.
why you mad at it?
I'm
Arthur
not
Smith?
mad because Arthur Smith is the
He knew he was
cherry on top of his
he knew
head
he was
coaching
gone.
career. Exactly. That's
He knew
all
he
it
was
is.
gone. I was
That's all it
let's
is.
go to the next one.
Next.
I was tweeting about that all day.
You was going in. Let's go. Next one. Who's next?
Brandon Staley.
Oh man.
This guy
It's
arguably had the most talented team out of all the coaches that's fired on paper.
but then he was also in, I wouldn't say the worst division, but he's in a division with Patrick Mahomes. Like Patrick Mahomes ended up winning. He's got 2 MVPs under his belt right now.
But
The only other quarterback able to say that at this moment is Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
Think about that. Think about that. Lamar can't say it yet. He will. He will eventually. He will eventually. Oh, here we go.
Don't get me started.
Here we go.
Don't get me started. But
Anyway.
but Brandon Staley, you only had one job.
He's a defensive coordinator of a team that had a great offense and was struggling defense. He should have never got the job.
Here's the thing,
Should
Brandon
have never
Staley.
got the job.
You had one job, which is come second place and make the playoffs in the AFC West. That was your job.
And that's a problem. That's been a problem for. It's what I call the Phillip Rivers curse. They make the playoffs. They can't do nothing in the playoffs.
That's fine, but
And
you
that's
need to make the
ever
playoffs.
since Phillip Rivers left.
Oh, he didn't make the playoffs and blew that lead to the Jaguars.
There you go.
That was your downfall. They should have fired
look,
him last year.
That was one time out of the 3 years he was there. One time. That's one record that they had that was winning. Crazy stuff. When you have the quarterback, you had the receivers, Keenan Allen, all of them guys. You had these guys. Like you had a squad, bro. You just mismanaged them. We keep it moving.
Let's go to Ron Rivera. Yo, boy.
Don't do that.
Yo, boy.
Don't do that.
He should have been gone like never hired.
He
shouldn't have been hired.
He got hired for
His
strategic purposes. You know,
save face.
The
turmoil.
Washington football team was in turmoil at the time. He happened to be a multicultural guy, so they was like, "Oh yeah, let's hire him." Yeah, I knew it wouldn't work from the beginning, and you know I thought that. I was like, man,
You was hating on your boy from the get go.
from jump, because this fool went and hired a rookie offensive coordinator. You don't know what you're doing on offense. Why would you hire a rookie offensive coordinator? You need dang near an MVP at quarterback to even be relevant out here in these streets. Come on, bro. Like, you got to know yourself. To thine own self be true. And Ron Rivera just, in fact, it nullified almost everything he did with Carolina, in my opinion. Like
He only had one good season.
It wasn't even that good either. He just backed into the playoffs. He backed into the playoffs.
He won that cuss when they went to the Super Bowl?
Oh, for
Cameron Jarrell.
Oh, you talking about the Panthers? Yes, he was.
That was the only good season he had.
15-1 Carolina Panthers. Yes, that was the only good season, and he lost the Super Bowl. After that, he's been
in his normal self.
Why in the world he got that Carolina? I mean, why in the world he got that Washington job? Because he was an ethnic guy.
Mike Vrabel.
Strategic move. Anyway, we keep it moving. Mikey V, this was a surprise for me.
This was a surprise for me as well. But it wasn't a surprise.
It was 2 bad seasons in a row. 2 non-winning seasons that he's experienced since
taking over.
Yes, and then he took over in 2018. 2 bad
it's like
seasons
7 years
in a row. Yeah, something like that. And after overachieving in 2019 and taking that team to the AFC Championship, because that was definitely an overachievement. my opinion. And then he's out.
You got them.
I was very shocked.
And I agree with you, even though I didn't text back in the group text message.
You didn't.
Mo Horton.
You didn't.
I agree
Stop
with you
saying that
that
man's full name.
he says full name. If he called on the podcast, he got to say his full name. Hey, this is all this one. Mo Horton.
Mm,
I'm going to block him just for that.
stop.
Mike Vrabel, he when you said in the text message, that's the end of Belichick right there. I knew it was.
And it's interesting to see an actual Patriot fan just come to grips with
It was a
the
good run.
fact that it's the end of it. Like
It was a good run, bro.
because as long as Billy B was, I mean, yeah, as long as Billy B was there, you had an opportunity. At least you had hope.
Yeah.
Now y'all get to see what every other franchise. Y'all about to see what every other franchise has had to go through.
You ain't too far from behind.
Oh no, I'm good. Andy Reid looked like he, we good.
Allegedly.
We good.
Speaking of
Keep
Andy
it
Reid,
moving.
Pete Carroll, which was a surprise.
Shocker to me. I mean, Dick Van Dyke over here, I definitely didn't expect him to
Oh, I did.
retire, but then you signed Geno Smith to a 3-year contract. You stuck with that for 2 more years.
We all know
That-
NFL money is
that-
funny money.
That makes you think about something. But sound like they mutually parted ways,
Allegedly.
So, with that being said, is there a possibility he goes elsewhere? Same question about Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Bill here in a second.
Yes, I think he'd probably be more.
Let's talk about what Pete Carroll was first.
Pete Carroll was probably the greatest Seahawks coach of all time, baby.
Baby. I mean, they are a relatively new franchise. But I got a question. Do you think Pete Carroll needed Russ as much as Russ needed Pete Carroll? Because I think so.
No.
And for me,
Whoa. You said Russ.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he needed.
Russ.
Yeah,
Spicy.
I thought you talking about did Pete Carroll need Russ more? Nah, I need Russ.
Unlimited. Yeah.
Slush that duck. That was a shots fired.
Oh, but
Russ needed him more than he needed Russ.
I think they needed each other. Like now, here, let me throw this out here. Okay, here you want to go start singing. Let me throw this out here. Pete Carroll won early in his career and was never able to get back even back to the NFC Championship after that, right? Am I wrong?
They won a Super Bowl, then they went the
Back to
following
the
year
NFC and
lost to the Patriots. When he made that dumb call to throw the ball. Well, Marshall was going to do for a fumble anyway. So
Don't even.
my Patriots are going to win that game anyway.
Looks like Russ was due for an interception. So it was going to be bad either way you flip it. But tell me this. When it comes to player acquisition, when it comes to the draft, his drafts got worse and worse and worse the further he got away from his college connections. Think about it.
That's true.
I think being at USC prepared him to get the best guys that he could get out of college, which was, your Richard Shermans, your Cam Chancellors, I can't even think of anymore, but the Legion of Boom.
Earl
Thomas.
That's Earl Campbell.
You know I was. But those guys, the Legion of Boom as it were, and in fact, I think he chased that. I think he chased trying to recreate the Legion of Boom, and it just never happened. I think he was trying to do it with Devin Weatherspoon, and Jamal Adams, and all those
he
guys.
also had got the best out of all his players because they should have sucked the last 2-3 years. But
I don't disagree with you.
They played totally hard. They made the playoffs last year.
I was shocked to hear
came
about
short
him
this year.
I was shocked to hear about him and Marshawn's relationship.
It's broken.
Yeah, I was shocked to hear that. I
was shocked to hear
because he was coddling Russ basically, but what it is.
I was shocked that Russ and Sherman had a dysfunctional relationship.
I wasn't.
But they mended at the dinner they had this week with Pete Carroll.
Everybody, stop.
No, Pete Carroll had a
I know with the Legion, with all his guys that he
former guys and current players.
But it's like, what kind of bill was that? What kind of bill was that? Wow. But
I know my watch.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be on mine. But anyway, we spending too long on that.
Belichick. He's out. The GOAT.
Arguably the greatest coach of all time.
He needs 16 more wins to tie
Ain't
or break.
happening.
Not if he goes to the Commanders, as they saying.
He ain't going. It ain't gonna happen.
Nah, just go ahead and retire.
Ever.
Bro. Just go ahead and retire. You're 71. Go ahead and retire. Get the TV gig. You gotta make probably $2 million a year just to show your face once a week.
I don't believe it's gonna happen. Like I don't believe.
But I still think he's gonna go somewhere else.
And I still think Bill, as long as he doesn't come out here trying to be like, I'm trying to think of Terry Bradshaw. Like, I don't need Bill Belichick. He could be an analyst all he wants.
He's good at that.
Tell him to be himself. I don't need him to be animated. I don't need none of that. I just need him to do it in the Belichickian way.
Belichick needs to go ahead and do it in his top 100 players way when he was interviewing them. He was just straight to the point. Like
that's it. And that's what I would love.
And what he was like on College Game Day.
And let everybody else do all that antics. You say Bill Belichick, that's the guy I want to see in the booth.
Okay, I said we was going to talk about where these coaches might play, teams might get coaches. Let's skip that because we got a lot of voicemails. 816-654-6883. We're going to go to the voicemails because we want to make sure everybody voicemails gets on. And we still have to cover today games and tomorrow game and a Monday night wild card game. So stay tuned. 816-654-6883.
What to do? Uncle Charles from West Memphis, all the way live, getting back into you. Happy New Year. Oh, yes. Pete Carroll surprised me when they let him go. He had nobody but Geno. Nick Saban, kind of surprised me a little bit too, but he knows time running out. He ain't gonna get all the players no more. Everybody can pay everybody, so who got the biggest pocket? My boy Belichick is gone. 24 years, not bad. Playoff time. I like it. There's one thing about being a Jets fan this time of the year. We can laugh at everybody else that lose. Go Cowboys. All right. Don't count Philadelphia out, y'all. Talk to you later. Yes, Uncle Charles again. I almost forgot to give a shout out to my Houston. Houston, what it go, what it is. A rookie coach, a rookie quarterback. Both of them black. First time that's gonna happen. Check the record. All right. Playoff. First time. Thank you.
I can use this R here. Exciting news. These playoffs are coming this weekend. Both games look like they're going to be freezing cold. With snow in both games. Each game against Miami is going to be brutally cold with wind chills up to -30. That's going to be a barn burner for Miami. They're not going to be able to play in that. They're trying to check out. Buffalo and Pittsburgh on Sunday. Look like it's going to be about a foot of snow in Buffalo. Winds are going to be gusting up to 50 miles per hour for that game. Look for Pittsburgh to ground and pound Buffalo on the ground. Because it's going to be hard trying to get the ball through the air for special teams and kicking the ball and punt. So it's going to be a ground and pound type game. As far as these new coaches, Sean Mayo, the coach for the assistant for New England, is now the new head coach of New England. So that's a good move. And that's about all I'm going to roll with. Cleveland will probably lose to Houston, Texas in the playoffs. And, Houston at home. Cleveland had no business being there. The one in, it may be 11-6, they still had no business being there. Dallas and Green Bay. I'm going with the upset and going with Green Bay. I don't want Dallas to win. I want Dallas out of the calls. And the Browns and Detroit game, that'll be a good one. I'm going to go with Detroit at home. It's going to be the Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff Bowl. That'll be a good one. There are Sunday night game, Philadelphia against Tampa. We all know Philly's losing. Philly's defense is washed. Tampa's going to beat them at home. Philly's offense then took a step back. They need to do something with their offensive coordinator, Brian Johnson. I don't know what it is about his play calling, but it just ain't good. It's not happening. Total rep and peace for disaster. Good games coming this weekend. Playoff time is here. This is the R. The Steelers win Sunday against Buffalo. Rest assured, Steelers will go into Baltimore and win. You heard it here first. We've won 7 out of the last 8 games against the Ravens. We are the Baltimore Ravens kryptonite. We will show y'all how to beat them. This is the R. I'm out. Peace, fellas.
Big Fish Niner Nation, Big Fish Niner Nation. I'm calling in to get my takes in. I'm excited. Another great football week. The Niner Nation got a bye. Hopefully we can take advantage of this bye and come out swinging in the next game so we can make this playoff run and run to the Super Bowl. I don't really have a lot to say about them that I haven't already said. Still kind of a little bit sketchy and edgy on Purdy, but we gonna see. We gonna see what kind of system Scammerham put in place to make Purdy look like he's something. So we'll see what happens then. But I want to give my takes right now about the playoff setup, man. My picks: the Browns and Texans. Boy, that's a tough pick only because that C.J. Stroud cat is the truth. But however, it's going to take more than that. I mean, they got a sound coach, D'Amico Ryans. You know, he's a former 49er defensive coach. So, of course, he brings that energy to the Texans and gets them to play good. So, but I just think the Browns might be too much. That Myles Garrett and that defensive lineup they got cracking there in Cleveland is something to be dealt with, something to recognize. So I'm going to go with the Browns over the Texans. The Dolphins Chiefs. Man, it's hard to pick that one because I don't see the Dolphins coming into this tundra we got today out there and handling the Chiefs. But however, the Chiefs look at risk to me. They look like they could be had. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. But I would not be surprised if the Dolphins handled them today. So I'm going to go with Chiefs there. Steelers, Bills, man. Steelers, Bills tomorrow. Now, that's going to be a game. That's really going to be a game. Najee's running his tail off, but Josh is playing, his out of his mind. So that's a tough one to pick. It's hard to pick that one. So I ain't going to pick it all on that one. I'm scared of that one. I think Green Bay can handle Dallas tomorrow. I think Green Bay can definitely handle Dallas, not easily. It's just Jordan Love. He's playing solid. He got that Aaron Jones running back that's nice. They got some stuff working, man, in Green Bay. Dallas, they good. They're definitely a better team than the Packers. But they don't show up huge in the playoffs. They get knocked off. So I'm going to tell you what, though. If the Cowboys lose to Jordan Love, I know for a fact right on the spot during the Big Fish Niner Nation. I'm calling in to get my takes in. I'm excited. Another great football week. The Niner Nation got a bye. Hopefully we can take advantage of this bye and come out swinging in the next game so we can make this playoff run and run to the Super Bowl. I don't really have a lot to say about them that I haven't already said. Still kind of a little bit sketchy and edgy on Purdy, but we gonna see. We gonna see what kind of system Scammerham put in place to make Purdy look.
It was the remix, baby.
Big Fish Niner Nation calling back to wrap up my takes. Yeah, if the Cowboys lose to the Packers, right in the middle of the post-game interview, they coming in firing McCarthy. McCarthy gonna be selling Chevys at one of them dealerships or something like that. They firing him on the spot if they lose to the Packers. So we'll see how that game go. I think the Rams got the Lions. The Rams playing some good football, man. So are the Lions, but you know that's Goff's ex-team and Stafford. You know, that's his ex-team, so you got that whole anxiety and that whole chip on the shoulder thing going there. But I think overall the Rams, I feel like the Rams can take the Lions out of here. You know, it's a good story. Their season is over, I think. And then we got Eagles Buccaneers. The Eagles have lost a ton of games. I mean, I don't remember the last time the Eagles won. So when you look at the odds, they're supposed to beat the Buccaneers if you go with the odds, because no team can just keep losing. Eventually, they're going to get it right and win a game. So I'm going with the Eagles. You know, a Baker, I think Baker's, ride to shine is over with. I think the Eagles can pull this dub off against the Buccaneers. So now, that's my picks. Now moving on to the coaches fired. I mean, the Seahawks, you know, they moved Pete Carroll to, a more higher position. I think it's smart of them to keep a man with his wisdom and his longevity in the league as well as on that team, keep him at least inside the organization. Pete is still a fired up old dude to be 70-something. His energy is ridiculous. To me, he still can coach a team. Maybe not the Seahawks, but he still can coach a team, you know, and motivate them boys to rise to the occasion. So I don't like the move. I can tell Pete don't like the move, but hey, maybe it's a less stressful, position at his age. But to me, Pete can still coach, maybe not with the Seahawks. So, I didn't necessarily like that one. I like the Belichick move. I like time for old Bill a wreck to get on out of there, man. He's been a wreck for a long time, especially since Brady. So Mr. Kraft finally realized he got to get the old rooster out of there and get some young blood in there and turn this team around looking down to the future. What I like about the move is that they didn't bring some Hall of Famer in there to try to show up Bill Belichick. They got a young dude in there to where he won't be compared at all to any of the Patriot greats. Matter of fact, I think Pete Carroll was a Patriot. Yeah, I was wrapping my take up again about the Patriots getting rid of Belichick. Yeah, it's been some big name guys come through that Patriots thing, Parcells, Belichick, and like I said, Pete Carroll. So the fact that they went young this time tells me that Mr. Kraft, as an owner, is looking for somebody young. If you look around the league, fellas, that old school coaching style, that drill sergeant, tough, get in your grill type of coaching style, that is kind of starting to fade away. If you look at the coaches now, they're younger. They're more IQ-based guys. Not that those guys wasn't smart. It's just that now it's about relationship. Coaches back then just wanted to bring the best out of you, get in your grill. Like when I played the game, I had a bunch of Bobby Knight type, hardcore type coaches. So we're now, that style seems to turn players off. So that buddy ball, that relationship, you're my friend, you can count on me. That kind of coaching style is in now. So that's why you got the Ron Rivera thing. He's out of there. All that old hard-nosed stuff. That's the players now today are young. They're not responding to that hardcore style. Now they'll respond to a player, like a older veteran player, somebody that's still playing. They seem to respond to like those role model type players, but not as coaches, So I see the league getting younger in coaches. And I think now this coach that the Patriots got is the youngest. So, I like the Pete. I don't like the Pete Carroll move. I do like the Belichick move. I do like the Ron Rivera move. It's time for him to get on up out of there too. Mark Vrabel. I've never been a fan of Mark Vrabel. I liked him more as a player. as a coach, he just never seemed to be able to get past a certain mark, and emotional all the time, all that stuff. Now, I'm going to close my take out with something me and Big Mike been talking about over and over and over and over and over. So I want y'all to hear me clearly and understand exactly my point of view about this MVP stuff. The MVP stands for most valuable player. Let me say that again. Most valuable player. MVP doesn't mean the best player. It's not the best player. It's most valuable player. So when you look at most valuable player, notice I'm putting, most valuable player is specifically talking about who is the most valuable player on that team. It's not talking about stats. Who is the most valuable player? In other words, can your team win without you? How does your team look when you're not on the field? How does your team perform when you're not involved? What player brings the best out of the entire team? What player is the reason for the season? Not Christmas, the season of football, your football season. How your numbers look, not stats, wins, big games. It's not a stat-driven award. We keep wanting it to be because we keep thinking that it's about who's the best. It's not. It's who's the most valuable. When you're not involved, how does your team look? Do they win without you? Do they play well without you? Are you the voice in the locker room? Do you have the ability and the talent and the skill to get every player on your team to be the best version of themselves? To where when y'all go out on the field, they're following your leadership? Do you have your thumbprint on your team as a player? Do you have the influence on your team? When you speak, does your team shut up? That's what MVP is. It's the one guy that goes out there and by his leadership, everybody else follows and they are successful. You can't have all that and then lose. You still got to win games. You still got to go out and perform. So I'm not saying it's not about stats at all. What I'm saying is it's not limited to stats. MVP is not a stat award. So that's why I say Lamar Jackson deserves to be the MVP, guys. You guys have heard me talk about Lamar. I'm not a huge Lamar fan, so I don't have to sugarcoat it or say something I really don't mean. I don't have to do that. My honest observation when I look at Lamar these past 6-7 weeks, Lamar Jackson has definitely changed the culture of that Ravens team. Them guys are balling out of their mind. If you look at their wins, they beat a lot of teams, great teams, and I mean they wasn't even close. They blew the wheels off of teams, especially my Niners. Lamar Jackson's the MVP. Christian McCaffrey, maybe they can share a co-MVP. I think a couple of years, some players, the race was so close that it was. Lamar Jackson definitely deserves the MVP. And if you're looking at stats and stuff like that, then maybe they can have co-MVPs, Christian McCaffrey, because I do think Christian McCaffrey, is a very, very strong second, at best to Lamar. I mean, what he's doing to the Niners is unbelievable. But I just still think Lamar's influence and thumbprint on his team is kind of a notch up from what Christian McCaffrey. I mean, McCaffrey's doing the stats, but I don't know about his leadership and influence to get the team, everybody on the team to rise to the occasion. See, that's what's wrong with the Chiefs. The Chiefs really don't have no MVP. Patrick Mahomes is, might have some stats, but they don't really have no MVP. They don't have nobody getting in nobody's tail out there on the field saying, hey, guys, let's go out here and smash these boys in their face and go out here and represent and win this doggone ball game. Chiefs do not have that. That's why their season look different. That's why everything looks different. You know, so that's my take on this MVP thing. The award is not about stats only. The smaller percentage of the award is about numbers. The bigger percentage is about leadership and influence and thumbprint. Who on your team gets everybody going and becoming the best version of themselves? When you think of it that way, the first person's name should come to mind is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's your MVP in my book. So that's my take. Great day in football. I got a 3-day weekend this week. I'm loving it. The wife is out of town. I'm eating wings. I'm eating rotel. I'm not showering. Me and the dog is chilling. We gonna watch football. We gonna do all types of stuff. Jump on the couch. Jump on the furniture. Have a good weekend. Be warm. And like Big Mike say, don't forget, fat meat is greasy. Big Fish Niner Nation, I am out.
The Mike and You podcast. What is up, fellas? Good morning. It's your boy Miami Marty. You can find me on Twitter at Marty_party6. And speaking of parties, it's gonna be a party tonight, baby. It's game day. We got Miami and Kansas City for some playoff football. You already know I'll be there. Will I make it out alive? Well, that's to be determined. We'll find out tomorrow. Nah, man, just calling to give you guys my wild card pick. We got some good football this weekend. I do have Houston winning their matchup against Cleveland. I think they get it done, but I think that's going to be one of the closer games this week. I do think it comes down to a fourth quarter drive by the rookie C.J. Stroud. I'm going to go with the good guys. Man, it's going to be fun tonight. I'm really just hoping for a good game, but I'm going to go with the good guys. I'm going to take Miami. I'm going to take Miami in the upset. I have Buffalo beating the Steelers. I do think this one's going to be the ugliest game of the week. Weather conditions might actually be worse than the weather conditions we're going to see tonight in Kansas City. That's to be determined, but I do think Buffalo steamrolls over Pittsburgh. I got Green Bay taking the L, man. I got the Cowboys winning. I got the Cowboys winning big. I think Dak actually has one of his better games of his career. I'm talking 4-5+ TDs. I think it's a big game from Dak Prescott. One of the most even trades of recent memory, maybe one of the most even trades in NFL history. Matt Stafford and Jared Goff. I think this one's probably the one that I got circled to watch. I think it's going to be the most fun game to watch. I think we got 2 games that come down to fourth quarter drives. I think this is the second one. I got Detroit winning, man. Dan Campbell is I think he's gonna have them boys ready to play. He's gonna have them boys ready to win some playoff football. And then to cap us off on Monday, I got to take Philly. I do think Tampa Bay exceeded everybody's expectations this year. Baker Mayfield maybe having his best season of his career. But that Philadelphia team, I think, is just too stacked, man. I'm really excited to see what happens tonight. I'm excited to listen to the podcast, fellas. I'll catch y'all in the next one.
What's up, guys? This is Audience for One More Horton calling in on my take this week. How you guys doing? Happy New Year, to you guys. I just wanted to say that I wanted to congratulate Jerod Mayo. I had a suspicion that he was going to be the coach there. And so I know a lot of people wanted Vrabel and Harbaugh and even Brian Flores, but kind of figured that they was going to have him in there as a succession plan. Just because of how they blocked out his interviews the last 2 years and, paying him extra money. And I think I saw somewhere where they even said that he had it in his contract when they signed him to his last contract that he was going to be the succession coach. And also Bill had it in his contract as well because he thought very highly. A really good defense the last 4 years, him being the linebackers coach and having some defensive say as well. Defense hasn't been their problem. Their problem has been offense and personnel decisions which obviously Bill had a hand in the personnel department. I don't know where Bill's going to go next. I hear people saying he possibly might come to the Eagles if Nick gets fired, which, there's no telling. I know the Patriots, the Falcons rather, are very interested. So are the Chargers. So we'll see how they go. I don't think he's going to go to the Chargers. I think he should, but I don't think he will because I don't think the owners will give him the power that he wants. I think the Falcons would. I think the Panthers probably won't give him that power. I think the Commanders would because, they got a clean slate there. So we'll see. It's no telling where that guy might go. They say that there's a mystery team that hadn't fired their coach yet. Depending on how that Monday night game go, he could, like I said, go to the Eagles. He could go to the Buccaneers. So we'll see how that goes. It's a wild week, man. I was surprised about Pete Carroll getting fired, but when I sat down and thought about it, it made sense because his thing is defense, and they've given him personnel decision. They've gotten all kind of trades and good rookies in the draft, and that defense still isn't good. So I understood it, and obviously Nick Saban. I saw that coming just because he's just 72-year-old. He's just tired of doing this, man. A lot of people are trying to blame it on NIL, but he had the number one recruiting class the last 3 years in a row. So it wasn't that. He knows how to recruit and he knows how to evolve like anybody. He went from traditional offense to spread offense to, Nick Saban can't produce a quarterback. Then he produced 3 in a row. They got drafted and playing at a high level. With Jalen, Tua, and Bryce, and even Mac Jones had a good, last college year there and won an S championship. So he can evolve.
Thanks for calling. Uncle Charles made it back safe to West Memphis. Glad that you made it back safe from Georgia.
Yeah.
Nick Saban is out. We
failed to mention that, but this ain't a college football
and
podcast.
He said his Jets can laugh about it.
Yeah, we all laughing about it. Sorry. I'm sorry.
The Aura called. Thanks for calling the Aura. Miami is
Marty.
Miami's not built for the cold. I don't know what that means. They play everywhere else. He said Steelers going to ground and pound, and they got to beat the Ravens. Then just to come to Kansas City, get blew out by the Chiefs by 40 like last time. Big Fish, Niner Nation. That was a shots fired. You don't want me to go on that rant about Lamar Jackson because we don't have enough time. But I'm going to go on that rant probably next week or when he wins it.
When he does win it.
Because he's going to win because the quarterback.
3,300 yards. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I can name like
Tom wasn't wrong. Tom Brady was not wrong in his assessment.
Because
we keep it.
Miami Marty called 2 weeks in a row. Welcome back, Miami Marty. He gonna be at the game freezing tonight.
What's wrong? What? Okay.
And
all right. Bring your cardboard because that apparently makes you 2 degrees warmer.
And
Crazy.
Mo Horton called as always. Appreciate it. Let's get to these games, guys. We got some games to talk about. Cleveland at Houston. This is the most interesting and probably the most entertaining game because perhaps the rookie of the year, CJ Stroud. I said perhaps because Puka, the whatever his name is, been balling out as well for the Rams. But
for my money, it's Puka. But I mean,
everything's a quarterback award.
1,500 yards. What is it? 1,200 yards?
Yeah.
As 5th round? Come on, man. That's value right there.
But
that's value if we're going to talk about the word valuable. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is an interesting game because CJ Stroud, DeMeco Ryan, the story of the Houston Texans.
All these games got a story, so I ain't worried about the story.
And Cleveland got that defense. I want to see what CJ going to do in this big stage. This is his biggest stage yet.
To me.
Last week was a big stage to get to the playoffs. They happened to win the division. But this is the biggest stage of his career as of right now.
To me, it's going to come down to DeMeco Ryans because he's a defensive coach. So he understands what's going to happen with these, or he probably can't predict it, but he can predict it to the best of his ability and counteract it. I would think that helps him. But we'll see.
Is my boy
And
playing?
who?
The wide receiver. They got hurt.
Tank Dell?
Yeah, for Houston.
Yeah, Tank.
Is he
Tank
playing?
Or, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
As far as I know, he is.
And he a rookie
the
as
one-
well.
Yes, Tank Dell's a rookie. Nico Collins is not.
Okay, it's Nico.
Nico-
Nico got hurt.
Nico's the one that got hurt, and I think he's out for this game.
Oh, that's huge then.
Yeah, but last game that they had, first play of the game.
75
Dude.
yards. Bomb.
Yeah, so
Who you got? I got Cleveland.
I got Houston.
I think Cleveland defense is just gonna be a little bit too much.
I
But then
mean,
again, I don't know.
you
With
could be
Flacco,
right.
sitting out, could throw off his comeback of the year award. Not he gonna win it, but I'm just saying.
I was
him
about to
sitting
say he
out,
gonna win it.
I'm talking about he's sitting out at the age of 38 or whatever, 40 or whatever he
He
is.
gonna win it.
Miami at the Chiefs at the 0-degree kickoff, -3,
Y'all crazy.
then -31
Y'all
chill.
nuts.
I turned down a free ticket for this game.
Yeah, I'm not going.
I got Kansas City,
I got Kansas City.
not
too.
because of the weather.
I don't care about the weather. I
I-
do think it's gonna play a factor, but
I
I
don't
think
believe
we're
in Tua.
making too much to do about exactly how cold it is for Miami. I think it's too much. Like at some point, you got to put the helmet on and strap up. Same way what Cat
Jesus.
Williams said. The exact once you get
You look
across
like
the
Cat
field,
Williams.
shut up.
You look like Cat Williams.
Uh,
I just don't believe in Tua.
what?
Don't do that. He is the most accurate quarterback of ever.
What?
The R's Pittsburgh Steelers at Buffalo Bills. This is a tricky game
Why?
because Pittsburgh can actually win this game. Because Buffalo used all their resource energy to get there.
I agree.
But
They put everything they had into that 6-game.
and football
run that
is
they did.
different from basketball and baseball.
Agreed.
And no shots to them athletes because they're great. But football, it takes you a week, about your body like a week to heal. So you playing physical? You playing physical?
What?
Tired?
What?
Injuries?
What?
But Pittsburgh can win. But
Pittsburgh can win.
I
But
got Buffalo.
I got Buffalo, but Pittsburgh can win if they go back to the Pittsburgh of old. I'm talking about 2012, Najee Harris.
Dude balling out lately.
Absolutely. Najee run the ball.
And the other running back was balling.
What's his face? The quarterback.
Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph. Limit your mistakes. I think they can win
Has
this
they
game.
given
I
up
don't
on
think
Pickens?
they will win this game, but they can.
You gotta get Pickens involved.
Of course. That
Pat-
dude got 50. That dude got over 1,000 yards on 50 receptions.
Hey, do you think
Crazy.
do you think they gave up on Pickens?
No.
All right, let's go to the next game.
He's
Green
the
Bay.
one they need to win.
Green
If
Bay.
you gonna throw it.
Green Bay at Dallas.
Come on, Green Bay. Look.
Dallas shouldn't lose this.
Dallas
I'm with Big
shouldn't
Fish.
lose this.
I'm with Big Fish. If Dallas lose, Mike McCarthy
Mike
shouldn't
McCarthy's
even
walking home.
He shouldn't even make it to the press conference.
He's walking home. I'm
Go out
gonna
the
tell
back
you
door
that.
of the
Oh, no,
stadium.
he's already at home. They're gonna take him to Green Bay and make him walk home.
Might as well. I got
'cause
Dallas.
Dallas is gonna win this game, but I already know that Jerry Jones is going to can him if they don't win. So if they don't win past the divisional round, if he goes to the NFC Championship, he'll stay. But it is what it is. We keep it moving.
LA Rams versus the Detroit Lions.
I'm rooting for Detroit on this one. I'm rooting.
I'm rooting for Detroit. I want them to do good.
Kneecap sandwiches for everybody.
But it's
Extra
a shame
mustard.
that Laporta got hurt. He might not play.
Yeah, that's a huge loss for
And you
Goff.
played him last week in a game that
You didn't need
to.
necessarily.
Because did you have trust in the Commanders and the Giants to both win? Giants won, but Commanders lost. And you lost your star tight end.
That's the bottom.
And I've been picking the Rams for the last 4 or 5 weeks. I've been telling y'all about these Rams, but I want Detroit to win though. All right, Monday night game. Mo Hortons, Philadelphia Eagles at Tampa Bay. I got Philly.
Tampa.
Tampa offense been struggling lately.
I agree, But Philly's
goals.
everything been struggling.
They gonna bounce back.
Philly's everything been struggling. I hate to see it. You know, I'm a closet Philadelphia fan, and everybody like Kansas City Chiefs talk. I don't care about none of that. Ever since Nick Sirianni said that about he said in the tunnel at the Chiefs game, and he's been losing ever since. I don't care about none of that. Never have, never will. But I hope Philly wins.
Chiefs fans is something else.
It's just they are.
That's the money.
Philadelphia, this is their revenge game, ain't it? No Tom Brady, but Tom Brady beat them to go to the Super Bowl. So this is a revenge game, I would assume.
But like I said,
but Jalen Hurts is questionable too. He gonna play, obviously. I mean, he gives you the best chance to win, but that sucks for him.
You got any flowers?
My flowers is you all. I mean, we got, what is this, 6 seasons of this?
See, that's just in Spanish.
6 seasons of this. This is crazy. And the only reason I didn't, hold on, man. Where's this? Let's do it. We got time.
And now, our flowers segment. Take a little time to appreciate the people in your life. Call or text us someone that has positively influenced you. Time to give them their flowers.
Yeah, it's y'all. It's y'all, man. I enjoy. I remember when we first had I know we've already said this. We've had y'all.
We got a new list. We up 16%, baby.
I'm super glad that we decided to do the voicemail. Text if you ain't got that time, if you ain't got that type of whatever. But I'm super glad we decided to do it. And yeah, it's been working out great. Some days y'all don't text, some days y'all don't send a voicemail, but we keep it moving. And we look forward to those things though, but we keep it moving anyway. Who's yours?
Mine's is, I don't know who mine's is. Mine's is the weather.
How did I know that you were going to say something like that? I saw it coming. I saw that coming.
And specifically summer. Hurry up, get here. I'll take 100 degrees over this crap here.
We still got a long February to go. Yeah. I still need some firewood for real.
My birthday in 2 weeks.
I need some firewood.
But anyway, until next time, be safe, be easy, and remember, fat meat is greasy.
Deuces.